Welcome to webbikeworld.com. This is a quick look at the new Sena 10U motorcycle intercom communication system. For the full review, more photos, and all the details, please visit webbikeworld.com. The Sena 10U is based on a new family of motorcycle intercoms to be announced by Sena at the 2015 AIM Expo dealer show. It's an integrated system that's nearly all hidden inside specific higher-end helmets, such as the Schuberth C3 and C3 Pro shown here. Once the 10U is installed, it's controlled via a handlebar remote that comes with the system, or an optional wrist remote that can also attach to the fuel tank. We'll briefly demonstrate each of those in this video. The rear U-shaped section of the 10U holds the battery and the CPU, and in the Schuberth C3, it fits under the Schuberth neck roll. There's an antenna for the built-in FM radio, and the control buttons and integrated mic assembly fit on the left cheek pad on this helmet. The speakers are from the Sena 20S. The system uses Bluetooth 4.1, so hopefully the battery will last longer. The CPU has a USB port for charging and firmware updates, along with an LED light that you probably won't see once the unit is installed. On the Schuberth, the 10U control unit is completely hidden because it fits under the neck roll, but on other helmets it hangs below the rear of the helmet shell. Here's a closer look at the mic unit. It has large plus and minus buttons to turn the 10U on and off and to access some of the features. The mic is attached and integrated. Everything is controlled from the handlebar remote, which snaps over the left hand grip. It must be oriented so that the clutch lever fits between the gap. There's a button in front and in the rear and a joystick button for more control. We think the wrist remote is actually easier to use, and it can be removed from the strap and attached to the fuel tank also, with some included hook and loop. The wrist remote comes on a heavy padded wrist strap that fits over a jacket sleeve. Also, the wrist remote comes with you when you get off the bike, where it's easy to forget the handlebar remote, which is then susceptible to theft. The downside is you'd have to take your hand off the throttle to operate the wrist remote, so put it on your right hand or use the fuel tank installation option. Here's a real quick look at the wrist remote. Press the side button to turn it on. It must be initially paired with the 10U, so be sure to read the full webbikeworld.com review for more information on that, along with information on installing the 10U in the Schuberth, which has several quirks and it's a little bit tricky. Once it's installed, the 10U in the Schuberth C3 and C3 Pro is nearly completely hidden, and we think it's a cleaner installation and much less expensive than the Schuberth SRC system. Other helmets without the unique Schuberth neck roll will have the 10U battery CPU visibly attached to the rear. The microphone and control buttons fit on the left side between the cheek pad and the helmet shell. Once the 10U is installed in the Schuberth, there's no difference in feel when you're wearing the helmet. So let's take a look at the remotes. Here are the two remotes, the included handlebar remote and the optional wrist remote. The handlebar remote must be attached to the left hand grip so that the opening allows the clutch lever to operate without interference, and that's important. There are two control buttons, one in front and one in the rear. They're nearly flush, so they can be difficult to find, especially when wearing gloves. The joystick is also a button when it's pressed. The wrist remote. It fits on the left wrist with the extended section towards your elbow. There's a side button and a top button and the joystick button controller. Once the remote is initially paired, press the side button to turn it on.
Remote control connected.
To turn off the remote, press the joystick and the side button simultaneously.
Remote control disconnected.
The USB charging port is on the side, and the remote has its own battery. There are a lot of button presses to memorize, and unfortunately Sena didn't label the buttons the same, nor are the buttons located in the same positions. So you'll need to carefully study the wristband remote guide. You'll need to memorize the map that translates the wrist remote buttons, side and rear, to the handlebar remote front and rear buttons. And then study the handlebar remote button operation matrix. Then there are the plus and minus buttons on the microphone assembly, which control some advanced aspects and also turn the 10U on and off. Here are a couple of examples illustrating how to use the remote. Press the joystick to start the music streaming from your smartphone. Of course, it has to be already paired. Press to the left to go back to the beginning of the tune, or press to the right to go to the next track or music folder, depending on your smartphone. To start the FM radio, press the top button. The joystick moves between station presets, or you can scan
FM
for
on.
more stations.
91.5.
So that's a quick look at just a few of the features of the new Sena 10U intercom system. For the full review, more photos, and all the details, please visit webbikeworld.com. Thanks for watching.